And yeah, that 1 month's notice turned into 2 weeks and no one knew about it. My days as an Amazon driver ended unexpectedly earlier than I had anticipated, meaning I can't make any more Amazon videos, unfortunately. I had a couple ideas. I want to do a video of my last route. I wanted to do a video celebrating with the team, but all that is just not possible anymore. I think the worst part for me is being out of a job 2 weeks earlier than expected. What also sucks is not having a formal goodbye to the team. The company ended so abruptly that most drivers didn't know that the last shift they worked was their very last shift that they actually worked. I remember the week before, I was just telling my dispatchers like, yeah, I'll see you next week, not knowing that'd be my last week here. There's a notion in America where you shouldn't be friends with your coworkers, just focus on your work, keep your work life and social life separate. For me, I'm kind of against that idea of thinking. I'm not saying your coworkers should be like your very best friends that you hang out all the time, but it's nice to have some camaraderie. If you're gonna spend 40 hours a week at your workplace, you might as well make the best of it. And because I see some of my coworkers as like my homies, it makes me sad to not be able to say goodbye. So I'll say here, goodbye to all my fellow coworkers. We had a lot of Haitians and it started with a few guys, but I guess you knew some people and then we just got a lot more Haitians. I think half our teams are Haitians now and you guys are some of the hardest working people. If there was a best time to get laid off, it would actually be around this time. Peak's about to start next week. In America, Thanksgiving's next week. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the week or days after Thanksgiving, and we have Christmas, the holidays. I know most of you transferred to other DSPs in the building, and then some of you guys are looking for new jobs. Best of luck to you all. I also want to thank the leadership team for, instead of condemning my videos, you encouraged it. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that because there are many DSPs that wouldn't see the value in my videos and would have stopped me a long time ago. Thank you and goodbye. Also, thank you to everyone who came up to me because they seen me from my videos. It was truly a pleasure to meet you guys because on YouTube, you guys are just a number, but seeing you guys in real life makes me more appreciative to see who I'm talking to. I'm glad that I can make some sort of a difference in your life. Just give you some perspective of what the job's like. My last video, I mentioned that it was someone famous that owned my DSP. If you guys are a football fan, more specifically American football, my DSP owner was former Jets player Bart Scott. I never met him, but I heard through the grapevines that in the very beginning, he used to be part of the day-to-day operations. I guess he got tired of it, so he outsourced that job to my manager, who I believe was a former driver. I have a funny story about Bart Scott. So when I got this job at this DSP, my dispatcher, currently Marie, she had to interview me to make sure I'm not like a scumbag and set my expectations for this DSP. Right as we sat down at the table, she goes, "Oh, it looks like the owner of our DSP is on TV." I'm like, "What? What now?" It's like, "Yeah, look, take a look." And I look, ESPN is on. It's a talk show host, and it's Bart Scott. He's in like a nice tuxedo. I guess he's like a commentator of some sort on ESPN. And yeah, that was very funny. It's like, wow, the guy who owns me is on TV. He's famous. He's more famous than me. There's also a famous clip of him. It was a post-game interview where he beats the Patriots in the very important playoff games where the Jets were the underdogs. He does the interview, and at the very end of the interview, the interviewer goes, "Oh, we'll see you in Pittsburgh." And he goes, "Can't wait." And do you know what the name of our DSP is? Can't Wait Logistics.